In this video, we are going to talk about what is living trust and how living trust can bypass probate. Watch this video if you want to know more about probate and the list of challenges the probate has. In a nutshell, probate is a legal process. Every state in the US has a probate court. For example, in John's family, John is owning all the asset. If he died with will or without will, his family members must go to probate court in order to distribute all the asset to their beneficiaries. Of course, probate is not a straightforward one, which contains a lot of challenges. The first one is a time-consuming process. Based on the state, it may take 12 to 18 months for the court to finalize and distribute your asset to your beneficiaries. Number two, more expensive. Your family members must take care of all the expenses like court fees, attorney fees, and other legal expenses for those 12 to 18 months. And lastly, lack of privacy. All your asset details and beneficiary details will be exposed to public. Creditors may take advantage of it. Then what would be the solution for this? That's when the living trust comes in place. Living trust will help you to transfer all your asset to your beneficiaries without probate. Let's deep dive into that in this video. Hey there, welcome back. You are with me on Be a Moon, not a star. First, let's understand what is living trust. Living trust is a legal agreement. For example, before creating a living trust, whatever asset that you have ownership for all the asset that you own. Well, once you created a living trust, you transfer the ownership of all your asset to the trust itself, and you will control and manage the trust. Before we look into the bunch of benefits, let's understand some of the key players. The first player is a trust maker. The person who creates a trust is called trust maker. Sometimes we call that as primary trustee. And the second key player is successor trustee. Upon trust maker's death, someone must step in to manage and distribute those assets. That person is called successor trustee. The third key player is guardian. When you have minor children at home, then it's always better to have a guardian in your living trust. For example, if something happens to both of their parents, if they don't have a living trust, then the kids will send to foster home. And the fourth key player is the beneficiaries, to whom the asset need to be distributed. We call that as beneficiaries. Now, let's talk about the top 10 benefits of living trust. Number one, direct transfer of ownership. As I mentioned earlier, the trust maker will create a trust. Once he created a trust, he will transfer all the asset to the trust itself, and he will control and manage the trust. Upon his passing, all the asset will be transferred directly to their beneficiaries without probate. Number two, successor trustee. The living trust allows to have more than one successor trustee. Upon the trust maker's death, the successor trustee step in to manage and distribute those assets to their beneficiaries. The third benefit is evading court process and fees. As you have a living trust in place, court approval is not required for the asset distribution. As a result, you evade all the cost and fees. The fourth benefit is a private prevention. If you don't have a living trust, then all your asset and beneficiary details will be exposed to public, and the creditors may take advantage of it. On the flip side, when you have a living trust in place, all your assets will not be exposed to public. Only the trust makers, successor trustee, and beneficiaries aware of all your assets. The fifth benefit is Evading multiple probate proceedings. Let's say you don't have a living trust, but you have assets in more than one state. One might be in Georgia and other one might be in Texas. In that situation, all your asset must go to probate on the respective states. On the flip side, when you have a living trust in place, you can bypass the probate for all the asset that you own, irrespective of states. And the sixth benefit is flexibility and control over distribution. For example, let's say you have a 22-year-old son in your family. When you create a living trust, you can define something like when your son turns into 24, they can distribute 100K for its higher education. And again, once your son turns into 28, they can distribute another 150K for his marriage. And again, once you turn into 35, you can distribute another 200K for his retirement planning, and so on. So you have flexibility and control over distribution. You can define everything in your living trust when you create it. The seventh benefit is living trust can protect your beneficiaries from creditors. As you have a living trust in place, all the accumulated wealth will be transferred to your beneficiaries without any legal challenges or any creditors involved. The eighth benefit is trust maker incapacitated. For example, Mr. John created a living trust a while ago, and very recently he met with a boating accident. Post that, he became incapacitated. Now, who is going to manage the trust? Well, the successor trustee stepped into his shoes to manage and distribute those assets to their beneficiaries. The ninth benefit is revision and adaptability. In general, there are two options out there. One is a revocable trust and other one is irrevocable trust. I am planning to make a separate video to talk more about this. But in a nutshell, revocable trust will allow you to make any change in the future. An irrevocable trust is exactly opposite of a revocable trust. It won't allow you to make any change once you created an irrevocable trust. And the last but not least, smooth distribution. As you have a living trust in place, you detailed all the information in your living trust. For example, you listed all the beneficiaries. You listed all the assets that you own. And you listed all the key players. Now, the successor trustee will take care of all the distribution. The process is going to be smooth than the probate one. To summarize this real quick, the living trust will help you to transfer all your assets to your beneficiaries without probate. In my next video, we are going to talk more about what is revocable trust and what is non-revocable trust. Stay tuned. In the meantime, if you find this video added any value to you, please subscribe to my channel Be a Moon, Not a Star, and share this with your friends and colleagues. Let them make informed decisions about what they are doing. We'll see you there in another video a week from now. Until then, I'm Prakash.